Okay. Yeah, coming up. Just like you. Thank you. Itla answer.
A very good evening, everyone. I'm Sakshi Rora, organizer of PosiFest 2024, and happy to see you all here once again. And before we proceed, I would like to introduce our today's coach. We have Jyoti Kapoor. She's a transformation and empowerment coach. She's a talk therapist. She's a counselor and healer. She's a founder of Infinite Space, gaming and empowerment company. She has been facilitated by the Times of India, Dainik Bhaskar, and a few more media people. She is supported by the AIRSWE, All India Roadshow for Women Empowerment, Economic Empowerment. We welcome you, Jyoti Kapoor. The platform is all yours.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. Thanks a lot. And hello, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon to all of you. किसी की good afternoon है, किसी की good evening just shift हुई है. Hi, everyone. And it would be really nice if we can have the cameras on if you all feel comfortable. It will be easy for me to connect with all of you then. Is that okay for all? Yeah, thank you, Rishi. Thank you, Anupama, for having your cameras on. I really appreciate that. Okay. So, Sakshi, first of all, thank you so much for giving us the coaches the platform of spreading whatever we have the knowledge of to all the people who are looking for that knowledge. Much gratitude for that. And also, I would like today's session is all about self-awareness in personal and professional growth. I have a small PPT for you all to have a look at. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. So before, going towards the PPT and, starting the entire monologue of mine, can I just ask or put up a small question in front of all the people sitting here? So you chose to be the part of these, 21 days transformation challenges in, for yourself. So anything specific in your mind came up when you saw the entire thing which has been posted by Sakshi? Anyone can answer, and I would love to hear some answers for that. Anyone? Well, जब आपने इसके लिए when you opted for this 21-day challenge, there must be something in your mind. That is how you chose that. So just going back to that choice, asking you what was that? Okay. I think we still need to push the limits of the people to answer the questions. That's okay. Thank you
can
so
even
much.
put it in the chat box if you feel
Yeah,
like
you
it.
can put it on the chat box. That's completely okay. Thank you so much for all the people who are putting up their cameras on. So we'll straight away go to the topic. Today's topic is, as I already mentioned, is all about self-awareness in your personal and professional growth. For me, self-awareness is one tool which you have inside you. When you have it with you, you automatically get charged up for your personal and professional life. Then that becomes your stronger muscle to act accordingly. So we will be dealing with, one person and professional. These are not two separate when you come towards your self-awareness. When you are self-aware, you automatically, start taking decisions, whether it's your personal life, your professional life. So examples could be different, but self-awareness muscle is the same. So Sakshi, if you can allow me, I can share the screen and put up the PPT.
Yes, you can. It's
Okay. And I would encourage everyone to please put up the questions, because the more you ask, the more I will be able to provide to you. Okay.
I'll just mute them.
Yeah, there we go. So my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know whether you're seeing the whole screen or only the slide which I have.
Yeah, now
The
it's
full.
fine.
Now you got the slide, right? Okay, so it clearly shows that introduction to self-awareness. What is self-awareness? I will be just reading it out, and I would love to hear something coming from the audiences as well. As we all know that self-awareness is all about the emotions and the feelings what we all go through. Juna ji, thank you so much for muting. So it is all about, understanding our own self. When we talk about our own self, there are lot many prerogatives which we consider. And those prerogatives definitely include the thoughts what we have in our mind. And trust me, we have 75,000 thoughts in a day going throughout in our mind throughout the day, morning, evening, and out of which maximum thoughts are the old thoughts. There are no new thoughts. So we keep ourselves, going into the loop of thinking the same thing again and again every day. And beyond these thoughts, there are emotions, because every thought has a kind of feeling and emotion attached to it. The moment you have that thing into yourself, you go into the flow of emotional traumas and dramas, which is already attached to some kind of thought. And once it is there established, you then generate your behaviors according to that thought. Please do let me know if this all is making any sense to you, because it is very important to go further. Unless and until you're not being able to connect with this entire concept, maybe you'll not be able to get what I am saying. So my point of connection here is letting you know that each thought has a kind of emotion into it, and once that emotion starts building it up in your system, you start behaving accordingly. So these three things are already interconnected. And when it comes to a personal and professional life, it is very important for us to understand how do we have to put up ourselves in that particular situation. And that is called as self-awareness. You get the deep understanding of your own self, and then you put up yourself, also considering the condition who all are around you. What is the environment around you? So you change yourself accordingly. That is what is self-awareness. I hope, I made my point clear to all of you. If you have any other concept of self-awareness, I would love to hear that. Can anyone come up with that? Anyone who would love to, talk about self-awareness as per their perception?
Ma'am,
Yes, Arishiji.
self-awareness is also like uh, uh, what environment you are working in, and what situations are there which will affect your emotions at work, and how you uh, look at those situations.
Right. So self-awareness is definitely something which is coming from inside. Remember, since childhood, we used to hear the word intuition, right? The sixth sense. So these are the same things, but the word has been changed. The inner intuition, the inner call, the inner gut feel, which is very strong inside you, that is self awareness. And always remember that awareness is like a feather touch. It comes, it touches you, and it goes away. It is about you. The moment you grab it, the moment you catch your awarenesses, you are building up the awareness muscle. So, how does it work? We go to the gym to build up the muscles for the workouts, right? And we see those physical muscles building up, getting a shape of the body, and we see that, we are working on ourselves, and that is the muscle which we are building. Awareness is a muscle which we cannot see, but we can work on it, we can build it up in such a way that whenever anything is happening around, the inner feel is so strong that we grab it at the same time and act accordingly. So when you say in the professional world, seeing some people in those areas, if you have that gut feel inside you, if that intuition coming inside you, so that is the kind of awareness which you are having at that point of time. That is called as self-awareness. And acting as per this self-awareness will give you the results which you actually desire for. So that is self-awareness. Am I, are you getting it? Or should I go a little more into the details of that? Perfect. So self-awareness is about the gut feel, the intuition, the sixth sense. And when you start working on those gut feels, the sixth senses, you start building up that muscle. And for that, we have a lot of, work to do on our own self. So the first thing is understanding your own self. Unless and until you understand your own self, you will not be able to understand the entire system moving around you, whether in your personal life or in your professional life. So when I say about understanding yourself, we have always worked on 4 parameters. The SWOT analysis, right? We all have heard about the word SWOT analysis, what we do, especially in the professional world. When we go to any of the job, anything, we talk about our strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That is called as the SWOT analysis. Once you sit with your SWOT analysis, do that stuff, you will find 4 verticals of your personality. One vertical is the strength, one vertical is the weakness, one is the opportunities coming in your way, and the last one is the threats, what you can have around you in your system. Personal, professional, both, right? So the strengths always identify as your the experiences what you have gone through, and the positive outcome of those experiences, the successes what you have taken in your life with the long journey in the professional relations or the personal relations, right? So what skills and you can excel at is the question what you have to ask yourself to build up that muscle. One question what you should always ask yourself, that what are you naturally good at? That inherent ability of your own self, always respect that, always be gratitude, feel gratitude towards that inherent ability what has been gifted to you by the God, and sharpen it. Keep working on it. This will help you identify the areas where you can put up your strength and be at the top level and gain more power or give more power to your strength prerogative. right? The second one comes the weaknesses. We all have a lot of weaknesses, but we shy in sharing our weaknesses. Most of the times, we also do not let our own selves know what our weakness is, right? Because हम नहीं चाहते कि दुनिया हमारी weakness देखे, हम अपने से भी उसको cover करके रखते हैं, because that's the most uncomfortable zone for us. So we keep on covering it. That does not mean that the wound what you are covering or taping up with some cloth will heal by itself. So we have to work on our weaknesses. Why? Because the moment you start working on your weakness, you will turn your weaknesses into your strengths. The moment your strengths are doubling up, you are increasing your comfort zones. Getting my point here? Working on weaknesses is most important. Definitely, जो आपकी strengths हैं उनके ऊपर आप work करते हैं. Yeah, Rishi ji, you have something to ask.
Yeah, ma'am. So I had a few weaknesses uh, I, I used to get very frustrated at work once upon a time, and I didn't know how to uh, look at the situation when a, a, a particular thing didn't happen. But then after a few days, I thought I cannot like look at that as a weakness. I was trying to uh, try to what do you say, like to look
Evaluate,
into, yeah,
analyze.
yeah, evaluate, analyze. But then I tried to evaluate within myself, but I couldn't do it that time. And now I'm trying to implement something else, but
Wonderful.
it's not happening. Yeah.
So what you did is when you came across any particular situation, what you are mentioning now, and you said that it was the weak moment at that time, you separated yourself from that particular situation and let that situation be itself and let you be yourself at that time. Once you detach yourself from that particular thing, your mind starts analyzing and evaluating the process. When you give that time to your mind to analyze and evaluate, you are working on your muscles to build up some kind of solution and outcome out of it so that you can get something what you are desiring for, right? And if not, something which can work for you in the longer run. That is how it works. So it is always good to be observe our own selves as the third party, as an aerial view, and see ourselves where we are. And any puzzle which is not setting in, from the third view, you see where that portion will fit in. You fit in that puzzle. And once it is done, all the other puzzles pieces are set in place. So it's very important when you understand. That is a very beautiful awareness you also got, that is my weak point, that is my weakness. I have to detach myself from there. Once you start doing that, detaching yourself, then working for the awareness muscle more to dig little more deeper inside you by the tool of analyzing and evaluating, and then taking the action gives you a positive result out of it. That is a positive outcome. So it is very important for us to learn from those opportunities that you already did, right? So embracing your weakness is definitely a point where you are making yourself grow and develop from that segment. And also you can get a lot of opportunities all around you in your system. Whenever you are in that space, I would request all of you to please ask for any kind of help, whether it is emotional help or whether it is any financial help, what kind of help is required. Do ask for it. Unless and until you are not asking for it, you will not get it. Always remember the phrase, ask and you shall receive, right? So that is the basic logo one always should work for. And once you are understanding your strengths and your weaknesses, you have to keep those things in your mind so that you can work out in your professional and personal level by balancing them out. Otherwise, if you are working too much with the strengths, you are neglecting your weaknesses, you won't be able to put your 100% and the balance will be out of the system, right? So it is very important to work towards these three prerogatives very importantly. Your strengths, your weaknesses. Why do we do that? Unless and until we are not working on our strengths and weaknesses, we ourselves will be unaware of our own, our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And once that unawareness is there, we will not be able to give our 100% to everything around us, whether the professional relation or personal relation or the relation with our own selves. Right? Is this making any sense to all of you? If yes, please say yes. If no, please say no. I would love to
Ma'am,
hear all this. Yes, sir.
yes, ma'am. So, after I found where I went wrong. I uh, I started to listen more carefully. I started to like not show my frustration out. I just uh, I was just uh, staying calm and composed and very much aware uh, about the things going on. So that became my strength also after a few days time.
Wonderful. I think that's an achievement what you did. Working on your weaknesses, definitely. Once you start working on it, it becomes your strength. That is what I mentioned earlier also. So your weaknesses, turning them into your strengths is definitely working towards the betterment of your system. So this we already have gone through. So there are emotional intelligences and self-regulations. So it's very important for us all to understand emotionally, how emotionally you are charged up always, and whether we all are aware of the vocational, emotional vocabulary or not. बहुत सारा टाइम ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग खुद भी अपनी इमोशंस को जस्टिफाई नहीं कर पाते हैं, and we do not have the understanding of what emotion is going under, through us. The major emotions what we all know is about love, hatred, jealousy, anger, frustration. Only these. What about these sub emotions? What about these sub emotions of feeling, sad? There, what about the feeling of being joyous? What about the feeling of being, hatred or inferior? So these many emotions are we are not aware of, and unless and until we do not get the awareness of these emotions, are we be self-aware? That is a question, right? So understanding emotions, what does it say? The emotional intelligence is the ability to perceive, understand, and manage your own emotions and those of others. It's a key factor in building strong relationships, managing conflicts, and achieving success in your career. So it very clearly says that once you are working on the emotions, it is very important to consider the emotion of other people around you. Unless and until you are not doing it, you are just putting yourself at the pedestal which is high and the other people at the pedestal which is little low, and which will not be acceptable by them, and then there will be the rift, right? So considering every people around, we have to balance the emotions at that time also. That is the major component of building up your self-awarenesses. Self-awareness is about our own selves, also about the people we are living around in your personal life and in your professional life. So when you are in your office, how many employees are there? How many people you are, you are getting in touch with each and every day? How is your boss? What's their mood? Getting the awareness is getting to know what their mood is, what their body languages is. So you become an observant. Once you become an observant, you start perceiving, receiving, and understanding what is going around you. So that's a very beautiful thing. We live in the world, in the kingdom of two. There are two worlds. There is a world of me, which is say me, me, and then there is a world of we, which says we, we, right? So kingdom of we or the world of we is a place where I am thinking all about myself. I have to live my life, or I want to live my life as per my say. I want this, I want that, this is my life. I will take my own decisions, all about I. right? So in that case, you are becoming selfish. So that is the kingdom of we. And when you are in that world, you will be judged harshly, you will be criticized, you will be termed as rebellious, you will be termed as stubborn. So lot many tags, come onto you. So when you are in that world, it's a quite a world which is completely full of fights and proving yourselves. Then we talk about the kingdom of we or the world of we. It is a place where I am living my own life along with everyone around me, whether it is my personal life or my professional life. The way I am giving respect to my emotions, thoughts, and feelings, in a similar way, I am giving respect to the thoughts, feelings, and emotions of other people with whom I am living. So that is called as the kingdom of we, the world of we, right? So here I am giving importance to myself like I am giving importance to the other people around. So once you are in that space, you are again building up the awareness of how to live in a similar equation or in an equal parameter with each and everyone around. So that is called as the understanding of emotions of you and everyone coming around you. Next comes the self-regulation. It's the ability to control your impulses and reactions. How easy it is for other people to poke us. And once they do that, how easy it is for us to react on that. How many of do you agree on that? कि इसने मुझे ये बोल दिया, so it was the reaction which came out. Do you agree on that or not? How many of you feel ki my reaction was because of the other person, he abused me, or he said something bad about me, or all these things? Like, anyone who says yes on that or no? Do you feel that you gave the reaction because someone poked you? Did you do that, or do you keep on doing that?
It's
Yes or
natural,
no?
I feel, ma'am. It's natural.
Okay, so thank you so much, Kavita ji. When you say it is natural, so can anything be done in that perspective so that that reaction which has been provoked inside you is not coming in the way what they desire, but instead is coming in a way which is creating some peace and calm inside you, and also not letting other person give you the reaction or action back on that reaction? Is it possible?
No, not possible.
It is,
I
of
think
course,
so.
possible. It is, of
I think
course,
so.
possible. How do we do that? It's about self-regulating our thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And how do we do that? That's a very important thing which I would like to share with all of you here. And please put your, mind into that thing, what I'm saying right now, that the day we are born into the polarities. I hope everyone understand what polarity is, right? Polarity is the two different sides of the life. In one side, it's all about right, good, perfect, and all the things which is positive, beautiful, everything. And the other side is all about wrongness, negativity, harshness, hatred. So these are the two sides where we are born as humans, that polarity. Since the time we are born, we are shown the polarity that this thing is good for you, this thing is bad for you, this thing is right for you, this thing is wrong for you. And from that, we stand our life on the foundation of that polarity. And that foundation is already being given to us by our society, by the family, what we are born in, right? Once we start living in that polarity, we start cutting our awarenesses. You're getting my point here? How to get back to your own awareness, and how not to react on people's action by provoking is only by connecting with your own self and connecting with your own awareness. And how do you do that? By charging your awareness points again and again, by addressing that gut feeling, by that addressing that intuition, and having that confidence to act on it, so that you can increase that power within yourself. So जब हम polarity में born होते हैं, when we are told that this is good for you or this is not good for you, And in our childhood, we say, no, I want to wear that thing, or I want to wear this thing. Do not want to go to party, and I want to play with that stuff. Since our childhood, our parents keep on teaching us, you have to do that, this at that time. You have to eat your food at this time. This is a school time. This is your college time. This is your job time, marriage time, and the entire life has been divided into the segments. कि आपको अब ये करना है. This is the time for your career. This is the time for this and this and that. In that entire segment, wherever we feel that, okay, this is the thing which I feel more connected with and I want to do that thing, when you try to do that thing, you've been negated by the polarity of the life. Your parents will say, no, this is not right for you. Your society will say, this is not right for you. So you cut that portion of awareness from your own side. Right? एक अंदर से एक gut feel आती है. जैसे जैसे वो gut feel, it starts building up inside you. You start cutting it down. Why? Because everyone around says that this is not right for you. This is right for you. So you sit in a vehicle, your own vehicle, at the back seat, and you let other people drive you. You're understanding me? So it's like आपने एक कार ली है, वो कार आपकी है, आप पीछे बैठे हो और आप ड्राइवर को बोल रहे हो मुझे यहाँ लेके जा, वहां लेके जा. And once he says no, I will not take you there, he takes you on his own path. So that is how you have given the control of your life to all the people. That is how you are cutting down your awarenesses and letting people take decisions for you. Once you start doing that, you are living in your life into the polarities. And when you try to come out of the polarity and start taking your own decisions, you are facing tough time. You face tough time because there are lot many repulsions, lot many, questions placed on you, lot many judgments coming up on you. So how to get rid of it? It is very simple. You see that everything coming onto your way is an interesting point of view. It's a very beautiful tool which I'm providing you here. If you understand this, you will be able to come out of all the problems. And when I say all the problems, trust me, it is all the problems. When you start considering every thought, feeling, emotion coming your way, every judgment coming your way, every conclusion or comparison coming your way, if you just consider it as an interesting point of view.
पीछे दो पिल्लो लेके बैठी है for no reason.
When you consider that as an interesting point of view, you are making that thought, feeling, and emotion more flexible. You are melting it down. And once it is melted down, you can view the thing the way it is. The thought the way it is, the emotion the way it is, without considering any emotions or any thoughts coming from any other perspective. Is this making any sense to you? You have to tell me yes or no. How are we moving ahead then? Okay, so cutting it very short, it's like, whenever you are self-regulating yourself, you are controlling your impulses and reactions. And you are also, very important to say it is by understanding the emotional triggers. So when Kavita ji, you said that, you get triggered, it's all about, you are letting the other people control your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. They know your trigger points. The moment they, press the trigger point, they get any kind of reaction, the impulsive reaction from your side. How to cut it down is just by managing your emotions. It's just by understanding what the other person is, willing to get out of the system or the emotion out of your system. That is what self-awareness. That is where you have to come up. That is where you have to keep on exercising, understanding your self-emotions, understanding the impulsions coming from that, and also understanding the people around you and their behavior patterns, so that you are behaving your own way with your own awareness and giving them the responses as per your awarenesses, as per not what is required by them. So that is called as self-regulation. Another point is in self-regulation and emotional intelligence is about empathy. It is very important for us to be empathetic instead of being sympathetic. Once we are sympathetic to other people, it's all about giving, oh my god, what happened to him, I'll help him, I'll give him this thing or that thing, or the needy people. So that ways you are disempowering them. The feeling of sympathy disempowers people, but the feeling of empathy always empower people. So empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. That is what I mentioned just now. It also allows you to build up the rapport and connect with others on a deeper level. Once you are being empathetic with other people, you show them the ways to be out of the position or the situation they are. And once you have shown the position, you are liberating them, you are empowering them, right? So when you understand the emotion of those around you, you can respond in a more sensitive and compassionate way. The last one in this is motivation. Self awareness can help you identify your instinct motivators and use them to fuel your growth. It's very important to keep on motivating yourself. The inner motivation is always going to give you growth in your life. The external motivation comes up as a high and immediately goes, fades away because it is from the external source. The moment it is coming from the internal source, the inner inside of you, the deep inside of you, you're going to get that growth in your life. So the self awareness comes from emotional intelligence and self regulation. The next, I would like to talk about the mindfulness and presence. How mindful are you and how present are you in your system, in your life, with your professionals and with your personals? And when I say professional and personal, I'm talking about your relations with your spouses, with your in-laws, with your siblings, with your parents, with your bosses, with your employers, employees, everyone around you. So it is very important for us to pay attention. How do we do that? By not judging anyone. Mindfulness clearly says that it is very fruitful and growthful for us if we are not judging people around us. The moment we start putting up the judgments on them, we are cutting a flow of energy coming from that side, from those into our lives, right? It's about being fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without getting caught up in them. This can also help reduce stress, improve focus, and increase your overall senses of well-being. So it is very important to be out of judgment. Once you are in the judgment of your own self or in the judgment of people, you will not get anything which is coming from them to you. It is not an easy task. Being out of judgment is the most difficult task, and trust me on that. Every single minute we are judging ourselves. A small exercise, if you can do with yourself today, tomorrow, whenever you have the time, just sit with yourself, observe your thoughts, and just observe and analyze your thoughts, that how much judgment is coming in your mind regarding your own self or regarding the people around you. How much are you judging your boss? How much are you judging your colleagues? How much are you judging your employees? How much are you judging your husband, your kids? How much are you judging your in-laws, your relations? And the topmost is how much are you judging yourself? The more you judge yourself, the more you are cutting your cords with your own energies. And once those judgments are quite high, you are taking that, plate onto your head that please judge me. These energies go out of your body, and once you are judging yourself, people around automatically will connect with that energy and they will also start judging you. And once they also start judging you, you are also judging yourself. You are doing the most unhappy thing for yourself under the sun. So it is very important to love yourself. Loving yourself automatically will help you increase your awareness. Because once you start loving yourself and caring about your thoughts, feelings and emotions, the universe gives you the signal that yes, this being is working on itself. I have to back that being. Once you have the back of the universe, everything starts falling in place. So always remember, judgment is a thing which puts you down in life. coming out of judgment and taking everyone around us as, one being gives growth to us. That is the self-awareness. The major point comes out, not to judge myself, not to judge anyone around me. Start practicing this. How do you do that? By giving you 1 minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes time in a day, observing your thoughts and analyzing, am I judging someone? What is it that I am judging them for? Is it harming me? Yes, Rishiji, you have something to say?
Ma'am, so if someone judges me, so how should I react to that?
Very beautiful question. Thank you so much. I was coming to it only. Firstly, I said that you should not judge yourself and anyone around you. What if someone is judging you? This thing I addressed in my previous slide where I said that everything around us is an interesting point of view, right? So they are thinking as per their perception. It is not necessary for you to align with their perception. That is their prerogative. Coming from their universe. Always remember that everyone has their own small world and small universe where they are coming from. Because everyone's upbringing, scenarios, conditions, environments, upbringing is completely different. So if they are judging you from any of the aspect, that's right for them, right? So everyone is right in their world. When there is a fight of right and wrong, it's like proving I am right and you are wrong. And the one who says that, why I'm wrong, I'm right, then comes the conflict. And the judgment also works in that way. Once you stop or shed all the judgments regarding you and everyone around you, it will not bother you if anyone is judging you. It's very simple. If they are judging you, it's okay. It's their prerogative. You're welcoming. It's an interesting point of view that they are judging you. And it is not bothered you. It is not bothering you at all because they are coming from a different mindset. And if there is anything which needs to be spoken about or to be talked about, it should be very open. You should, call that person, sit on the, table, bring the points on the table, discuss about that. And it is not necessary that you have to prove yourself. Very, very important thing again, what we look for in our life is validification, right? Getting consent from people, getting our things validified. Am I looking good? I am looking good. Is my wife saying that I am looking good? If she's saying no, you're not looking good, but मुझे तो मैं अच्छा लग रहा हूँ, but उसको भी अच्छा नहीं लग रहा हूँ. So I go and change again. I'll do something which I can do to please her. That is validification. Similarly goes with the others side also, females also. Am I looking pretty? Yes, I'm looking very pretty. If my husband says, or my kid says, or my mom says, or my friend says, no, this color is not suiting you well, you should change, I'll go and change because I'm looking for the validification. And why do I do that? Because if I'm not doing that, I will fall into the judgments. People will judge me, right? Understanding my point here. So these things are connected. It's very important for us to understand. And why I'm, emphasizing on these points, because these are the major points which brings you or which unfolds the unawareness and self-awareness patterns for you. Not looking for validification. Do not, bother about the judgments. Considering every point as an interesting point of view. Do not going towards the conclusions. Do not, going towards the downside of the conclusions. So these are the things when you take yourself off from all these things, you are pushing your awarenesses up high. And once it is up high, you will not be bothered about if anyone is judging me or not. Always remember, if anyone is judging you, you are getting 100 pounds in your account. So let people judge you. Right? Keep the judgment coming on you. Let the world know that judgment does not affect you. Right? But always be aware. If anyone is judging you, analyze it. Is it something which is related to my work, my own self, my behavior patterns, my emotions? That is what awareness tells you. Right? So that's a very beautiful question. Thank you so much, Rishiji, for putting that up. So that, yeah, there is something else also.
Yes, so Megha ma'am says that self-help technique has really helped her to heal. So, when
Wonderful.
you start loving, yeah, she's put it in the comment box. So I just wanted to bring it
Thank
up.
you.
It's a
Yeah,
wonderful
thank you so much, Sakshi, because I can't see the comment box as of now because the slides are on. And thank you so much, Meghna ji. And trust me, and everyone now sees, the example coming from one of the participants here that self-love helps you grow from all the aspects of your life. When I talk about self-love, it does not mean that you have to be selfish about yourself. Self-love means addressing your thoughts, addressing your emotions, addressing your feelings, and then taking actions towards that. In that system, you are living in the world of we, what we spoke about a few minutes back. So self-love is very important. Once you get the habit of loving yourself, you see the growth what universe gives you in all these segments. And when you are aware, you will see, okay, this thing I asked for myself maybe a year back or 2 years back, but it is showing me in this way. That is self-awareness. Most of the times we say ना, okay, ये तो मैंने पूछा था और ये तो मैंने मांगा था, वो अचानक से मिल गया, by fluke हो गया. Most of the times we say that. I asked for it, but I just got it randomly. It's not random. It's not fluke. It's you who created it. It is the you. You have asked for it, you demanded it, and then you forgot it. But universe never forgets. It gives you whatever you asked for, right? Once, now from here on, if you get that thing, whatever you asked for, always acknowledge that. Thank yourself, thank universe. In the gratitude list, I just made a small, bite on gratitude today. I'll just, add something here. Sakshi ji mentioned a lot about gratitude, and thank you so much, Sakshi, for taking up that topic. That's wonderful. Everyone should do the gratitude thing, morning, evening, whenever it is comfortable for you. As for me, my opinion is when you put up the gratitude list, thank everyone, thank God. That is, the Almighty is the one, but that's why we are here. Second number, always remember, should be given to you. Be grateful to your own self the way you are putting up in this universe. Because everyone in their own universe, in their own world, are facing thousands of challenges. Whether it is you, whether it is a child, or whether it is a newborn, 1 day old, 6 months old, 1 year old, everyone has their own challenges. Thank yourself. Be grateful to your own self for the being who you are and what you are. The moment you are showing gratitude to yourself, you are multiplying your self-awareness into thousand folds. How does this happen? Because when you are showing gratitude to yourself, you are connecting with the being who you are. And when you are the being who you are connected with the being the other person is. Always remember that we all are one. We all are one in the cosmic world. Here in this physical world, we are here to experience the different experiences what we have asked for in the cosmic universe. Right? I don't know whether it is making any sense to you or not. If not, you can just leave it there. But always remember to keep yourself also in the gratitude list. That will help you increasing your self-awarenesses also. Right? And Meghna ji, thank you so much for mentioning that that self-help has worked, humongously for your growth. So we'll go ahead. Comes the observation. Yes, Rishiji.
Ma'am, at times the self-help love that we uh, do to ourselves, it sometimes uh, makes people feel FOMO about yourself. So how do we tackle that?
FOMO about whom?
No, about someone doing what he likes to do. Some people feel like that.
Can you elaborate it? Because I'm not getting what you're saying.
Ma'am, so
Or
like, ma'am, so it's like, if you like to do something but who love doing, people feel that how much will you do that? And don't you get tired of doing it? And sometimes, yeah, it's like that.
so, what I'm getting is you're asking, people doing a lot of stuff what they love doing, and you not doing the same thing. Is it what you're trying to say?
No, he's
No, 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 no.
asking
Okay,
that if he loves something to do, how
okay,
much can he continue to do that? Eventually, you
okay.
need to step on to some. No, am I
No,
right,
No, no,
Rishi?
no, no, no. No,
okay,
no, 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 no. So it's actually if someone is doing something of what they love doing, and
okay,
if someone else sees you doing that thing for a long time, uh, they uh, they end up feeling jealous that how can you do it for so much time,
okay,
and it doesn't exhaust you at all. So
okay. So they feel
they
jealous
feel
about it.
envy.
They
Yeah,
envy
they feel
you.
jealous about it.
Okay. So, like I mentioned, that we are here to do our tasks, and we are here to lay our own foundations, right? With our own awarenesses. If you are doing
Mm,
something which you really love doing, and because you are doing that thing because you love it, it gives you a lot of strength. It gives you a lot of, lightness, the feeling of lightness, feeling of connection with your own self. That is what you do.
mm,
If anyone sees you doing that thing and, feel jealous about it, that's the prerogative what they carry in their mind. Like I mentioned earlier, whatever you are doing for from your aspect, for your own growth. Any people putting in their energies of negativity should not bother you, because now you are using the tool of interesting point of view. From the
mm,
beginning, I'm telling you, everyone here in the room, that the tool of interesting point of view is the major tool which can shift your life in a 360-degree prerogative the moment you understand the concept of interesting point of view. It's very
mm,
important. If they are feeling jealous, if they are envy of the things what you are doing, it's their prerogative. Let it be with them. Let it not come to you. How will it not come to you? Because now it's an interesting point of view that they think that ways. Is it bothering me? No, it's not bothering me. Is it bothering me? Yes, it is bothering me. So what do I have to do if it is bothering me? Do I have to let go of the thing which I love doing? I will not do that, because I keep on doing it. So what do I do now? Let them say whatever they want to say. Let me see how it shows up in my life. It is very
mm,
important for us to be in the question always. The more you are in question, the more you are working on your awareness muscle. It's very important. ये अगर आप लोग कहीं पर लिख सकते हैं तो जरूर लिखिए. Questioning is the tool of self empowerment and self awareness. Anything which is bothering you, question that thing. The moment you question, the awareness, I'm not saying the answer will come to you, the awareness will come to you. Answer will
mm,
come from the capacity of your thinking. Remember, any question what you are asking and you already project an answer towards it, you are framing the answer, you are fixing the answer. And once it is fixed, you will not look beyond it. So whenever you are questioning, always look for the awareness. Let the awareness come to you. It's like a small light, it's like a feather touch, it comes and goes. And when it is in your system or around your system, you feel something inside you. There could be goosebumps, there could be adrenaline rush, there could be, quick feeling, there could be anything, because every person feels awareness in their own ways. So you have to figure out your own way what that is, right? So if anyone is feeling envy or jealous about the thing what you are doing, question yourself. Is it hampering my working? Am I feeling uncomfortable with their thought? Are they contributing in my life in any which ways? If not, Carry on doing and let them play their part being them. Right? So this is how awareness works, and it's very beautiful to see and observe. So next point is already about observing and reflecting. By practicing mindfulness, you can become more aware of your thoughts and feelings as they arise. This is what we spoke. This awareness can help you to identify patterns in your thinking and behavior and to make more conscious choices. This we just spoke about, Rishiji, with your question. You become more aware about your thoughts and feelings. You become more conscious about how to respond on different thoughts and feelings coming your way, right? So the next one is act with intention. It is again very important. Whatever you are present with in the moment, you are more likely to act with the intention and make choice that align with your values and goals. Most of the things which we act on depend upon the choices what we take and the intention to implement those choices. How do we do that? By being present in the moment. How many of us feel most of the times, yes, this is the time when I'm present in my life? How many of you are present in the moment now? If you can raise your hands, give me thumbs up, say yes in the chat, whatever. Deepshikha, Sakshi, I can see very few screens coming here. Being present, Anupama, being present in the moment is the key to successful professional and personal life.
The chat box is filled with a yes, yes, yes from
Oh,
everyone.
wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so it's like, coming into the class and asking questions to the students now. That you are present, you have to answer this question. But we'll not do that way. It's very simple. That being present is also a choice. Your thoughts take you all around your system. खाने में क्या बनाना है, बॉस को क्या फाइल देनी है, आज वाइफ के साथ कहाँ जाना है, आज हस्बैंड के साथ राशन लेने जाना है, आज मदर इन लॉ को ये देना है. You are sitting here, but still your monkey mind is jumping here and there, here and there, here and there, right? That is not being present in the moment. Being present in the moment is here, now, itself. And what we spoke about a second back is the moment which is gone. This is the moment. Once you start living in this moment, you will reflect back and see, okay, this is the place, this is the time you have sharpened your muscle, awareness muscle. This is the place where you harness your awareness muscle. This is the impact of being present and being mindful. The two major components of building up the self-awareness. So it is very important to go this ways and build up your self-awareness and presence of mind. Another aspect of increasing your self-awareness, whether you are in your office or whether in your home, is getting the feedbacks in a very positive form and working on yourself continuously, right? So the feedback mechanism says that it is very good to see the feedbacks in a different perspectives. Once you start seeing the different perspectives, you are welcoming everything in your life. जब आप किसी के perspective, whether आपके साथ वो match कर रहे हैं या नहीं match कर रहे हैं, right? So whether these perspectives or point of views are aligning with you or not aligning with you, you are just receiving them, analyzing them and letting them go. You are not letting any of the perspectives stay with you. The moment you start letting this thing going inside you, sinking inside you, it is the system what you are forming then. Okay? Anything which is good, we definitely keep it with ourselves because it is good. The good compliment what I got, the best thing what I got from my husband or from my boss, the award which I got, all these are the good things, and we keep that and lock that deep inside us because that's the good compliment what we got, right? So which is good, which is adding up into our system. But once we receive the negative feedback, you have not done well, the sales has gone down, our husband says you're not taking care of the, things, all the negative things. When we get these things into our system, what do we do then? Anyone, what do we do then? Present in the moment. Who is present in the moment in the class today? Sakshi ma'am is present. Sakshi, I'm not going to answer, question you this question. Anyone who is present at the moment is going to answer this because we spoke about this.
Jyoti, can you repeat the question, please?
Yes, the question is all the good things coming into our system, the compliments and all the good things, we keep that thing with ourselves. But when we get all the negative feedbacks or negative things, what do we do about those things? What do we do? How do we react at that time?
You broke up in the middle. All the good things happening, and then you broke up in the middle. Just quickly, if you can put the question.
I couldn't get you. What did you say?
You broke up. You broke up.
Okay. So I was saying, the question what I'm asking here is, we keep all the good things and the good compliments coming to us, the good feedbacks coming to us deep inside us, and we lock it because that we feel is our property and we've earned it, right? And when all the bad things, negative compliments, negative feedbacks come to us, what do we do about that? How do we react then?
Either we have to, if we believe that the negative comments have come and we need to work upon them, that is one choice. And the other thing is that we don't necessarily choose to impress everybody, and we will not be able to impress everybody all the time. So I think that keep the thoughts at bay.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing. That's so nice of you. Anyone else who would like to contribute?
So basically, can I speak?
Yes, Deepshika, sure.
So basically, I feel that when there is something negative that comes our way, supposing somebody has reprimanded us or somebody has said something negative, at least that happens with me. The entire day, I will be in that space where that the negativity will show and it will get transferred to another relationship. So it's either going to be at work or at the maid or at if you're irritated with a customer care person, it is going to show at somebody else.
So it has to be vented out somewhere. So
Normally I have noticed it.
okay.
And since no, I'm not going to you
right.
I don't want to
Okay.
take this class.
No problem. Yes, Rishiji, you also want to say something? You have to unmute yourself. Yes.
Ma'am, so if you face something negative coming towards you, you, uh, you are not supposed to break down. You are not supposed to do some haphazard thing which will affect you. You need to
Right. Okay.
go and explore the unknown. You need to like go for a ride, go to
Right.
talk to
So
your
that's
friends,
the way out. Yes.
or listen
Got
to
it.
music or something. But
Yeah.
you don't vent
Okay.
it out to that person. You just
Got it.
smile, wave, and move on.
Got it. So we got three different perspectives towards the negative feelings coming our way, and what do we do about it? Is there anyone, the last one, if anyone is coming up, anyone wants to contribute, or we'll go ahead? Yes, Karishma, you have to. Yeah.
So basically, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So what I gather in present time, there are a lot of people who would like to get you down. And sometimes some things are said intentionally, sometimes they are not said intentionally. So basically, I think it's for us to judge for ourselves whether we have gone wrong or we have not, and not go by what the other person has said. We ourselves need to judge, we ourselves need to take a call. And if we have gone wrong, we better improvise on ourselves. If not, just move ahead and ignore.
Wonderful. So very wonderfully shared by the participants here about the views they have regarding the negative feedbacks coming into your system. And I thank all of you. And there are a few inputs coming from my side onto this one. The way we keep good compliments and good feedbacks within our system and never let go of that. Similar way we keep the negative, most of us keep the negative things as well. And then we, Karishma already said, we keep on judging ourselves, what we have done. Like Rishi said that, there are different ways of taking yourself out of that system and going for a walk or drive or doing something else. Deepika said that, venting out is important. So whosoever is coming is on the way, the thing is onto that person. And Jay Trelli was also, shared a wonderful feedback that it's the system which is, you have to be more aware and choose, make the choices, what works for you at that system. What I would contribute here is whatever good feedback, positive feedback, negative feedback, bad feedback given to you, keep that feedback out of your system. Do not let that thing go inside your system, whether it is the best of the compliment what you have received or the worst of the compliment or the feedbacks. Nothing has to go into your system. Receive everything, analyze everything, see how you are reacting, what can be done at that time, take the action and just move out of that thing. Let that system be out of your entire aura. This is how it works. So actively receiving the feedback, embracing the feedback in such a form that it is contributing into your growth, whether the positive one or the negative one. Look for the contribution. If it is contributing well enough, if it is not, let it go, let it pass by. Let your system soak in the thing, but do not hold that thing within yourself. The moment you start holding that thing, you are making that particular thing the part of your personality. Personality has to be transparent, flexible, and so shiny that it radiates in such a way that you attract anything which you desire for. How do we do that? The transparent personality by letting go of the entire thing which is coming into your system. हमारे सिस्टम में बहुत सारी चीजें डाउनलोड होती हैं, पॉजिटिव्स नेगेटिव्स डाउनलोड होते हैं. हम कोशिश करते हैं पॉजिटिव्स को रखें और नेगेटिव्स को रहने दें. ऐसे नहीं वर्क करता. It is, if you are keeping the positive, you are keeping the negative also. Let go of the positives and negatives. Let the positive contribute to you. Let the negatives come to you for certain experiences and learnings, and let both of them be out of your system. This is how it works. This is how you work on the awarenesses as well. So seek feedback, actively seek feedback from your colleagues, mentors, and supervisors to gain different perspectives and identify areas of improvement. It is very important to understand the perspectives of different people. Different point of views add up to your own growth. The next is reflecting and learning. Take time to reflect on the feedback you receive. Always analyze, observe, give yourself time to what has happened, why this feedback is in on my system. Is it contributing me? Do I have to change anything? Is the change making me comfortable or the other one comfortable? Do I really have to do certain changes? Keep these questions on in your system. The more you question, the more you are filtering your process. So consider the insights provided and identify specific actions you can take to address areas of growth. This we just spoke about. Embrace growth. View feedback as an opportunity for growth. That we all know. We always look for the feedback. It is not the verification, it is for the feedback. Verification is something different, feedback is something different. So whenever you are looking for some feedback, always remember that is not for any kind of judgment, but that is for self-growth, for self-improvisation. So this, once you are in that aspect, you are again adding up the points into your self-awareness. Yes, Rishiji.
Ma'am, so when I was wrong in a particular situation at work, I got feedback from my senior, and I actually tried to rectify it, and and yeah, and those feedbacks made me a lot stronger.
Wonderful.
Inside.
That's very good. That is how we say that analyzing the feedbacks and not taking the feedbacks to the heart. Positive and negative things contribute you. Always remember. And always remember the thing what I spoke about earlier about the polarity. Positive and negative is again coming from the polarity. What if you just see every feedback as an interesting point of view? Every feedback is an interesting feedback. That ways you are making everything flexible in your life. When the things are flexible, you are able to take the action which is required out of your system, right? So that's a very wonderful thing what you did. So we are towards the end. So this is the alignment process. That's again a very beautiful contribution. Aligning personal and professional goals is very important. Personal goals, what are your personal goals, personal aspirations, what are you passionate about? Identifying those personal goals are very important because they are aligning you with your professional side as well. So when a person is working in the personal and professional, they are, knitted together. When people say, I keep my personal life and professional life separate, for a very little time it is separate, but it eventually it comes to be a knitted one because एक का repercussion दूसरे के ऊपर show करता है. It is very important. So if you go to the office having a fight with your husband and your wife, or having some difference of opinions with anyone in the family, it is bound to happen that you are showing that anger or frustration onto the employees around you or people around you. So identifying your, missing links there, identifying your goals, what you wish to do, and coming at the same level helps you. So that is why aligning is very important. Second is professional goals. When you are, what are your career aspirations? Where do you see yourself? Always put that question. 5 years or down, 10 years down, where I want to see myself, what growth am I looking for myself in my personal and professional life. So these things are very important. Alignment is the key to success in your personal and professional life. How that alignment will come? By considering self-awareness quotients in your life. So that is again very important. Lastly, the power of self-awareness. Self-awareness is a lifelong journey. Do not think that self-awareness class aaj ho gaya ya session aaj ho gaya and it is done. It is a practice what one has to go each and every moment. How? By being present. The more you are present in your life, the more you are charging your self-awareness muscle. The more you are working as an interesting point of view, the more you are charging your awareness muscle. The more you are not judging yourself or anyone around you, you are working on your self-awareness muscle. The more you are having that confidence and trust within your own field, that the gut feel, you are working on your self-awareness muscle. So it is very important to working towards the self-awarenesses. Growth of the self-awareness can 100%, 1000% will give you growth in your self-awareness, and that will reflect in your personal and professional growth. So self-awareness is a lifelong journey of understanding yourself and your impact on the world around you. It is a valuable skill that you can help you navigate your personal and professional life with greater clarity, confidence, and purpose. By embracing self-awareness, you can unlock your full potential and live a more meaningful life and a fulfilling life. So the self-awareness is a major component for joyous, happy, and successful life. So anyone, if having any questions, you can post the questions in the chat box or you can ask the questions. I hope I could make sense through this and I could give you whatever you were looking for in the session today. Sakshi, over to you. Sakshi, you are on mute.
Okay, we have Mr. Ashok saying something.
Yeah.
Jyoti, today's
Yes,
session
Ashok.
was. Yeah, can you hear me, Jyoti?
Yes, very clearly.
Today's session had a lot of spiritual touch. Basically, if you can see, whatever you said, awareness, high awareness, cosmic, non-judgmental, remaining neutral, mindfulness, acceptance, gratitude, all these things lead us to the spirituality. I mean, today's session was so lovely, but basically it gave us the basics that a person has to have a certain level of spirituality to be aware of his awareness, his consciousness. So I really enjoyed your session today. Lovely.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashokji. Such a wonderful feedback and happy that I could contribute in some way or the other.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have Deepika saying, beautiful session. She's loved it. Self-love will help her gain confidence. Others are also appreciating your session, Jyoti.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mr. Ashok, for sharing your insights as well. So I hope you're all clear. Anybody has a question, any doubt, Jyoti is still here for you all to answer your questions.
Sakshi, I have a small
Yes.
question.
Yes.
Jyoti, I wanted to understand one thing. So, I myself a psychotherapist, and I believe that thoughts by itself are not negative or positive. Brewing into the thought and thinking over and over, we tend to make those thoughts negative. But also, at certain times, there are certain negative thoughts or other things which have happened, which lead us to think negatively. Uh, how do you get yourself, how can you withdraw from that phase?
So thank you so much for posing such a beautiful question. It's quite, question which with a lot of depth can be taken up, for quite a long time. But in a very short thing, I'll say I definitely mentioned about the polarity, and I do believe that thoughts are just thoughts. We tag them as negative and positive as per our past experiences. So past experiences coming from the references, what has been laid by the society for us, the foundation, what I spoke about. So we live our life from the foundation given by the society. It is not our foundation. The moment we start building up our own foundation with our own awarenesses and our own experiences, that's a life what we are here to live for. So for that, we have to be courageous enough to take our actions and courageous enough to take no's and judgments from the people, considering every judgment as an interesting point of view. With any thought which is hampering you in and out, giving you a more negative side of the polarity, is a thing which should be questioned again and again. What is it? So I give you all of you 4 questions to work on it, and I'm sure it will help you as well. What is it? Right? The thought which is coming in your mind, which is pushing you towards a lot of negativity, as you mentioned. What is it? What can I do about it? Right? Can I change it? If yes, how can I change it? So these 4 questions are the life-changing questions. If you are stuck with any thought which is hampering your everyday routine or any kind of thing, even if you are not able to frame any question in your mind, these 4 questions will take you to some kind of awareness. What is it? What can I do about it? Can I change it? How can I change it? And when you ask these questions, do not look for the answers, like I mentioned earlier, because answers come from the restricted mind frame, because mind has a capacity, a lot much capacity, but we humans do not explore the total potential of our mind. So we look from the answers perspective coming from different side of the society. We look for the awareness. What is awareness again? When you have asked the question, always remember, do not attach your question with any kind of doubt, any kind of expected answer, any kind of judgment, right? So ask the questions without these 3 things and let the question be in the energy. Let it go out and be aware that if anything is resonating around you regarding that question, it could be anything, it could be a news coming your way. You are watching a news channel, reading a newspaper, talking to a friend, sipping a cup of coffee, reading a novel, anything, any awareness can come you in any kind of form, different form. So that is how you work on the awareness muscle. That is the awareness what I'm talking from the beginning in this entire session, that awareness comes in any form. How do you recognize it? Just, when you feel light about it, that is the awareness. That is what I've asked for. I've received it now. So when you go into that phase of deep negativity, come up with these 4 questions and let that 4 questions be there and look for the awarenesses. And when these questions take you towards your own judgment, towards the negativity, it's an interesting perspective. Always remember, everything around us is an interesting perspective given to us by the society. Is that perspective matching with me right now? If not, I have my own perspective. Will that perspective will be, with me throughout the life? No, it could change with my own thought processes, with my own evolvements. So it keeps on changing. Like we keep on changing our priority list every day. That is how we keep on changing our perspectives, the way we evolve, right? Many things which we are, negating in our lives now could be acceptable 5 years down the line or 10 years down the line. How do we deal that? That's a different aspect altogether. But for you now, what I could, suggest you is to go up with these 4 questions and see what changes in your life.
Thanks, Jyoti. That is wonderfully put. But am I taking someone's time? Sakshi, can I ask a small little question?
Please, please.
I mean, alongside with this. So, Jyoti, my next question, it's aligned together. Now, if you know where it is coming from whom it is coming from, and it has been a recurring episode, and it is coming all the time and leaving a bad taste in the mouth, a negative thought, then how do you get out of
It needs to be addressed, because what you are saying right now is a kind of pattern and a kind of loop
pattern?
what you have. Yes, so what you have framed in your life, so that pattern needs to be broken now. That loop has to be broken now. For that, you have to take certain kind of action which you have not taken, if not taken till now. Now the time has come, because it is touching your rock bottom, right? When you touch your rock bottom is the place where you are bringing in change in your life. And that's again a choice, right? Whether you want to bring that change in your life. And always remember, change is always not easy, right?
Change is the only thing that is constant, I believe.
It is the only thing which is constant, and it is the only thing which jitters you, which shitters you, which breaks you, which makes you. But you have to have that courage inside you to make that choice of change, right? So anything which is troubling you to that extent needs to be addressed, because that loop has to be broken, that pattern has to be broken. Unless and until it is not done differently, you will see the same results again and again. So something has to be done differently. That again, how do you do that? What is it? What can I do about it? Can I do it? How can I do it? Again, those 4 questions are the brilliant questions. If you are not getting anywhere, they can take you to some kind of awareness.
That's lovely, Jyoti. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. So with this, we come with an end today's session. I hope it was meaningful to each one of you. And thank you for being a part. We'll see you all tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Sakshi. Bye-bye.